I'm Andreas Enfeldt from DietDoctor.com, and I'm here with famous science journalist Gary Taubes, author of a very influential book called Good Calories, Bad Calories, as well as Why We Get Fat and What to Do About It. So, thanks for being here, Gary.
Thank you, Andreas.
So could we start by, could you just give, I know you have so much to say on this subject, but could you give a short summary of the answer to that question? Why do we get fat? And what should we do about it?
Okay, well, I'm going to give the short answer to the why we don't get fat first.
Okay.
So we don't get fat because we eat too much and exercise too little. So this is not just an issue of calories in versus calories out, and somehow we just can't quite get the right balance and the excess is going in our fat tissue. And the argument that I make in the book, which is based on the way pre-World War II European researchers saw this, is that obesity is not an eating disorder, it's a fat accumulation disorder. There's too much fat on your body. And if you look at what regulates fat, like if we had somebody walking down the street who was 8 feet tall, had a growth defect, the doctors, first thing they do is go, geez, I wonder where the tumor is in his hypothalamus. It's making him secrete too much growth hormone, in his pituitary gland, not his hypothalamus. He's going to secrete too much growth hormone, that's why he's growing. It's like you want to know what regulates growth. So what regulates the growth of fat tissue? Well, fundamentally, it's the hormone insulin. And if it's the hormone insulin, then the problem is the carbohydrates in our diet, because they more or less regulate our insulin levels. And so that's sort of your null hypothesis. That's what we should believe until we have remarkable evidence to reject it. So why do we get fat? Because the carbs we eat literally cause us to secrete too much insulin through a variety of mechanisms, not just the same mechanism. And if we're secreting too much insulin, then we're storing calories as fat. The insulin's locking away. It's suppressing fatty acid oxidation in the lean tissue. And the net result is you get fatter. You get rid of the carbs, you get leaner. That's sort of the simplest possible explanation for this problem.
Right, so what we should do, that's
considering that, if you remove the carbs from the diet and you replace them with the one nutrient that doesn't stimulate insulin secretion, which is fat, you should get thinner. And lo and behold, we have like a 150-year history of very successful low carbohydrate diet books that remove the carbohydrates and replace them with fat. I mean, going back to the 1860s.
So maybe that's not a coincidence, huh?
Maybe it's not a coincidence.